like a writing desk.
I believe I can guess that.
Do you mean you think you could find the answer to it?
Exactly so.
Then why don't you say what you mean?
I do. At least I mean what I say. That's the same thing, you know.
Not the same thing a bit. While you might as well just say, I see what I eat, is the same as I eat what I see.
You might as well say I like what I get is the same thing as I get what I like.
You might as well say that I breathe when I sleep is the same thing as I sleep when I breathe.
It is the same with you.
What day is it?
The 4th.
2 days wrong! I told you not to stuff butter in the gears.
It was the past! But now!
I don't quite understand this.
The dormouse is asleep. Again.
Of course, just as you wish.
Have you guessed the riddle yet?
I give up. What's the answer?
I haven't the slightest idea.
No, I think we can do something better with time than wasting and asking riddles that have no answer.
If you knew time as well as I do, you wouldn't talk about wasting it. It's him.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you don't. I dare say you never even spoke to time.
Perhaps not, but I know I have to beat time when I learn music.
Ah, that accounts for it. He won't stand beating. Now, if you only kept on good terms with him, he'd do almost anything you liked with the clock. For instance, suppose it were time to begin lessons. You'd only have to whisper a hint to time, and round goes the clock to 1:30. Time for dinner! Move down!
Only wish it was.
That would be grand, certainly. But then I should be hungry.
Not at first, perhaps, but you could keep it to 1:30 as long as you like.
Is that the way you manage?
Not I. We quarreled last March, just before he went mad, you know. It was at the great concert given by the Queen of Hearts, and I had to sing. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder where you're at. You know that poem, perhaps?
I've heard something like it.
It goes on, you know, in this way. Up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle.
Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.
I sang that for a party once, and I hardly finished the first verse before the queen bawled out, "He's killing time! Off with his head! He's killing time!"
Savage!
Ever since Father Time won't do a thing I ask, it's always 4 o'clock by my watch.
Is that the reason there's so many teacups?
Yes, it's always tea time. We've no time to wash dishes in between.
And then you keep moving around next to it.
Exactly so, as things get used up.
But then, what happens when you come back to the beginning again?
Suppose we change the subject. I vote the young lady tells us a story.
I'm afraid I don't know one.
Then the dormouse shall.
Wake up, dormouse!
I wasn't asleep.
Tell us a story.
Yes, please do.
Be quick about it or you'll fall asleep before it's even done.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little sisters named Elsie, Lacey, and Tilly, and they lived at the bottom of a well.
What did they live on?
They lived on maple syrup.
Very sad. They've been ill.
So they were. Very ill.
Take some more tea.
I've had nothing yet, so I can't take more.
Do you mean you can't take less? It's very, 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 very easy to take more than nothing.
Nobody asked your opinion.
Who's making personal remarks now?
Why did they live at the bottom of a well?
It was a syrup well.
There's no such thing!
If you can't be polite, you'd better go on and finish the story yourself.
Oh no, please go on.
to draw, you know? What did they draw? They draw maple syrup.
I'm gonna click up. Let's almost go.
But I don't understand. Where did they draw the syrup from? Well, you could draw water out of a water well, so I should think you could draw syrup out of a syrup well. Stupid. But they were in the well. Of course. They were well in. They were learning to draw, and they drew all manner of things. Everything that begins with an M. Why with an M?
Why not?
That begins with an M, such as mousetraps, and the moon, and memory, and muchness. You know you say things are made of a muchness. Did you ever see such a thing as a drawing of a muchness?
Really? Now you ask me. I don't think I ever
Then
have.
you shouldn't talk about it.
You are much too rude! I shall never take tea with you again! I should have gone to the Queen's garden party.
Do you mean you were invited to play croquet?
I was.
And you didn't go!
I haven't yet!
Then you must go! Now! You must go at once! Don't wait another minute! The Queen is leaving!
Yes! Go!
Do you realize what could have happened to us?
If you antagonize Her Majesty, heads will roll!
Heads will roll. Da da da.
Oh, if I must go, I must. I want to keep my head. And how do I find the palace?
Go up the hill till you come to a big mulberry bush.
Then you go round the mulberry bush.
You'll see the palace and the royal croquet ground.
You can't possibly miss it. Go on! Go on! Hurry! Hurry! Your heads will roll! You mustn't be late!
Oh, I'm hurrying as fast as ever I can. Please, dear Queen, don't be angry. Oh, my poor head, I can't lose my head! Pussycat, they wouldn't take me with them to the palace. So would you tell me, please, which way I ought to go?
That depends on where you want to go.
I don't care where.
And it doesn't matter which way you go.
So long as I get somewhere.
Oh, you're sure to do that if you only walk long enough.
What sort of people live here?
To the east lives a Mad Hatter. To the west lives a Mad March Hare. Is it either you like?
I don't want to go among mad people.
Oh, you can't help that. We're all mad here. I'm mad. You're mad.
How do you know that I'm mad?
You must be, or you wouldn't be here.
This certainly is a strange country.
Perfectly true. No one here is quite as he seems, even to himself. That's why they call it Wonderland.
Oh, I wish I'd never come here. This is a very frightening place.
Nobody will harm you.
Truly?
Yes, truly. Except, of course, the Queen of Hearts. She's the most bloodthirsty monarch that ever lived. Make an enemy of her and you're doomed.
That's what I was frightened of.
Are you really going to the palace?
I may. Or may not.
Well, if you do go, you may see me there, or you may not. By the by, what became of the baby?
It turned into a pig.
I thought it would. Did you say pig or fig?
I said pig.
Darn!
And I wish you wouldn't keep appearing and vanishing so suddenly.
Bye-bye.
I hear cups tinkling and people laughing. The March Hare must be serving tea. Perhaps as this is May, he won't be as raving mad. And at least not as mad as he was in March. Oh, pass round the torts. He looked delicious.
Silence in the court.
I wish to state that I'm totally innocent of the charges brought against me.
Oh, what the heck I say?
Silence in court. Harry, read the accusation. The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts, all on a summer day.
the knave of hearts, he stole those tarts and took them quite away.
I had nothing to do with it.
Consider your verdicts.
Not yet, not yet. There's a great deal to come before that.
Then call the first witness.
First witness, Mad Hatter! Mad Hatter!
Hurry up! We haven't got our day.
I beg your pardon, Majesty.
It isn't respectable to beg.
I mean, I'm sorry for bringing these in, but I hadn't quite finished my tea.
When did you begin?
14th of March, I think it was?
The 15th! Joy, write that down.
Silence in court!
Witness, take off your hat.
It isn't mine. I'm a poor man, Your Majesty, and I hadn't just begun my tea. And with the bread and the butter getting so expensive and the twinkling of the tea trays,
The twinkling of what?
it begun with the tea.
Of course twinkling begins with a T. Do you take me for a dunce? If that's all you know, you may stand down.
I can't go any lower. I'm on the floor as it is.
Then you may sit down.
I'd rather go home and finish my tea.
You may go.
But mark my words, she's a very peculiar girl. Just the kind to go stealing other people's tarts.
Suspicious. Very suspicious. She said at home she'd often help herself to tarts without permission. I think the girl should be beheaded on principle.
Consider your verdicts.
There's more evidence to come, Your Majesty. I've just been handed this paper. It is a set of verses.
Suspicious.
Is it in handwriting of either prisoner?
Not in mine.
Not in mine.
Shall I read it anyway, Your Majesty?
Begin at the beginning and go on till you come to the end. Then stop.
They told me you had been to her and mentioned me to him. She gave me a good character, but I said I could not swim.
That's the most important piece of evidence we've heard all night. Now let the jury proceed.
If any of the jury